So, hello everybody. Now, today's class we had a topic on evening wear, and I said there was a style I was trying to make sure we can work out, and that's what I want to do here. Now, this is my own bodies with my darts on the shoulder, and I have my dart on the waistline. I have my back intact as usual, and what I said from the video or the section we had on the Zoom class was that the evening wear is almost the same thing like the regular things we do. So I just want to interpret the style. So I came in here because I'm working with miniature. I came here 2 cm, which is here is 1 cm. Then you come down to your desired neck depth. Create your V neckline that you want. Sometimes it can be above your chest line or some few cm, like 2 cm above your point X or below point X, and I've actually done mine now. So the next thing I have to do now is to now create my under bust line, and this is my under bust line. It's my under bust line. This is my waistline, and the remaining part of the dress. So once you have done this, then you just connect from your neck depth, which is your plunging V neckline, to the side on the under bust line. Now, how do you now create this effect? Now you see that there is a dart that is along the under bust line, and we don't actually need it. So there are 2 ways for you to do it. Now, everything around here, we want to deal with everything in this column. This is what we are trying to cut out. But don't forget that what we are trying to cut out all these parts now, we need to be also conversant of this particular dart that is here. So you can eliminate your dart or you use the dart. So if you want to eliminate this dart now, all you need to do is whatever you have here that you don't want anymore. That's if you are not making use of the dart. So I have here now, I have 1.5 cm. So you do your 1.5 cm on the side seam. Are you seeing me? What I'm doing, I have a 1.5 cm here. That's for this miniature I'm working on. Then on the bust line, where did that actually cross that bust line area? You measure it. Here I have 1 cm. So I also do my 1 cm here. The reason for doing all this is to make sure that I can eliminate the excess on the side. So I'm doing that so that I can eliminate the excess on the side. For those of you that doesn't want to, for those that does not want to do elimination of the dart, you can do something about it. At least you have an understanding of how to go about that one. But one other thing that you should understand is that there are different ways we can interpret the same style. But then, let me go on. So this is the style I was going to interpret on the pattern. You can make it long as you want. Do you see it now? And that's what I'm trying to interpret on the pattern. So let's go back there. So as I did here, as you can see, I've created my desired neckline, which is the plunging V neckline, and I wanted to create that detailed in the middle from under bust area to the waistline, and that's what I did here. And I said you can as well, this one that you are not actually sewing, which you don't need to sew because on the diagram that I have before me is not sewn. So all you need to do is take it away on the side, then connect this one back to the, because it's still coming back to this point, then reconnect back to your hip line. Now I have this. So I have that now. So the next thing for me to now do is I'm going to cut off. You can see that this dart that is in is no longer existing. I'm going to cut it out from this point. So this is what I have. So all you need, the next thing now is, now you can realize that from this pattern we had a gathered effect, like a ruching around the underbust area. So how do you achieve that? The best way to achieve that is to manipulate the shoulder dart and convert it to a gathers. Instead of sewing or picking it, you convert it to a gathers. So let's go ahead. Now, from here now, I'm going to cut out. So when I cut out, I'm having put patterns here. I have this, and I have this. Now I have my V neckline, which I need to cut out. So indirectly, this is what I'm having now. This one that went like this. Now it's having that shape, or because I've cut out something. So next for you to do is, because you have this dart on the shoulder, you need to transfer this dart to this place. So this one can have fullness around it. So it's that fullness control that we are transferring from the shoulder dart to this part that will give us the gathered effect. So all you need to do now is, because I have two patterns on my hand, so I'm trying to trace this to the other side. So don't forget that we have a little that is here. So I'm going to connect this one to this. Do you see me? So that's what I will do now. So when you close the darts, close the darts, and use a paper sellotape to suspend it down, whichever means you want to. I can as well remove this one. I'll cut my fabric on fold. This is my so now all you need to do now is cut this place away. I don't need this. My pattern is still normal. So with what we have here now, this excess that particular pattern is going to give you is what we are going to convert to the gathers effect on the dress. So with my paper, so when you bring this one here, you can trace out. And as this thing is, you can see create more fullness, cut through, and have more things to work out here. So I have this, and you have this. So we are going to gather this. So I have my neckline area. Do you get it now? So this is now going to be my pattern that I'm going to cut out. So I'm going to cut two of these because it's going to, I'm dealing with this part. Then this other side is this. So you just like I removed something from here. So as you know, I'm going to show you by the time I'm sewing now how to go about it. So by the time you gather here, you will sew this one back into this space and it will form this particular shape. And by the time you add up this one, you will get this same design. So let's go to the cutting proper. So I want to do my cutting on the fabric so you can see what I've got to do. So, but before I go home, let me try and interpret the back just like I did in the video of the seam section. Real 1 cm as well. And I said if you want your V neckline to be very, so I'm doing 2.5 cm above the waistline, then I can create so indirectly when you cut it out, so by the time I put it together, it's going to meet. So this is my center back. So now let me go to the cutting. So now I want to start the cutting. So I'm cutting with the back. This is my center back. So I'm adding zip allowance of 2 cm, 2 cm here, because this is my zipper area. 2 cm. Hemi allowance